Probably help if you record things too. Oh god. Nose. No tissues. Oh my god.
James's nose is running worse than an Ethiopian in a I don't know, some sort of factory.
You fucked that one up.
Royally fuck that one up.
Hello. And welcome to Max Level Games. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Max Level Games podcast. I am James.
And I'm Liam.
If you don't know, this is a weekly,
Semi-weekly.
podcast where we sit for about an hour.
Usually more than an hour.
Yeah, a little bit. And talk about...
Absolute bollocks.
Yeah, and games, comics, films, anything that tickles your fancy, tickles your pickle, and what kinds of tickling. It's not the seductive kind of tickling.
I mean, there's some
How
things...
is tickling seductive?
You've never been tickled correctly then, have you?
No? Every time I get tickled, I'm just like, stop, I can't do it. I like seize up.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. It's like,
Well, that's why it's seductive, because that, funny enough, it's the same noise you make when you come, apparently.
Mate, I like to think I don't make that noise. I kind of get a bit lost in the moment.
I mean, I'm not being funny. I have slept in the room next to you.
Oh, fuck off. This is starting off great, by the way.
This is so much fun.
Oh god.
I think these fans are just getting a bit more and more than used to us now.
Yeah, no, this is...
I don't even think they're shocked by this stuff anymore.
I certainly hope not.
I hope not.
Oh god.
I like to think the fans we've got aren't shocked by this.
No, probably not. We're 6 episodes in now, so surely...
I mean, we haven't been told off or anyone tried to shut us down yet. So,
yet.
I'm saying yet.
Well, as soon as someone tries, you know we made it.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't want to listen to us. We've made it!
We've done it!
But, okay, we'll start off the proper way, shall we?
Let's try this from the beginning.
I'm not doing all that again. Fuck that.
No,
Liam, what have you been playing this week?
I finally finished Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
I remember last week when I was talking about lending it off my friend, I then went home and bought it myself.
Because it was only like a $5.
It was only $5, but what I didn't realise was when I downloaded it, it was actually it was the DLCs, it was basically the Game of the Year edition.
Okay, so I didn't know that she put the DLCs in the remastered version.
No.
Oh, see, okay.
They didn't put it in the remastered version, but I ended up getting the DLC version with it as well, which I was rather shocked by. So I had this one called Nightmare of North Point. I'm gonna be back now. Yeah.
For reference to our listeners, not 5 minutes before we hit record, I said to Liam, is your phone on silent?
Yeah, of course it's on silent.
And it's all the way over there, it'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, 6 episodes in, we're only just tanking. Start as you mean to go on.
There's a part of me that really wants to restart all this.
No, fuck that. We're in it now. Let's just go. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, it's like
People don't expect quality from this. Let's be honest.
It's like a rape charge. I mean, once it started, you just keep going.
Might as well finish it off.
There's no point in stopping. You're getting fucked either way, so just go for it.
Oh god. As you were saying, sorry. Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs.
DLC, yes.
Yeah, the DLC. You have Nightmare of Northwood. That's where I'm from. The Nightmare of North Point, which is in the game. You've got 4 different sections. You've got of Hong Kong. You've got North Point, Central, and other little sections like that. But obviously, this bit's all focused on the North Point, which is like the slums, if you will, of Hong Kong.
Okay.
Basically, it's all kinds of souls being resurrected. And there's this main fella. I haven't finished it yet, so I'm just telling you what I do know so far, which is one fella called Smiley Cat.
Smiley Cat?
Yeah, they have all kinds of weird names. Like, there's some big fat fella called Two Chin.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Two Chin, and there's another fella called Big Smiley, because he's got, like, a big slice across his cheek.
Okay.
So he's got, like, a smiley. You know, like the
yeah, like
the Joker.
The Chelsea.
Yeah, the Chelsea grin. Yeah, like
the
Joker's thing. He's called Big Smiley, and then you've got another one. You got a woman called Broken Nose Jen, because literally she's had her nose broken. It's like, wow, come on,
original.
Yeah, so original, but yeah, all kinds of weird names like that. But the reason this one's called
Smiley Cat.
Smiley Cat is when he was alive, he was part of the Sun Yong Yi, which I probably just butchered that to death. But which is a certain branch of the Yakuza, which is obviously a criminal organisation of Japan and Tokyo and China and Eastern provinces.
Okay.
Wow, that was a big word for me. Can we just... Yeah, so of the Eastern province, and I fucked it up.
You tried.
I got there. I did it, Mom.
You did it once and you fucked it the second time.
Yeah.
It's a pattern for you, mate.
It
It's a pattern.
It's a terrible pattern. But
So yes, Providence.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
When he was alive, he was working for them, for the Yakuza. Fucked up. Basically, they put his body through a meat grinder and turned his body into cat food.
Nice.
Now the brand of cat food was called Smiley Cat.
Okay.
So that's where he gets the name from. And I haven't got that far into it yet because I've just only recently finished the story mode as well. So there's that, and then there's another DLC called The Year of the Snake.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, no, it's not really that interesting, really, to be honest.
That's a shame then.
Yeah, well, you play as the main character in all three stories. The main story, both DLCs. But in The Year of the Snake, you go from being an undercover cop to just being a cop on the beat.
So what? Uniform and everything.
Yeah, you get deranked right down to being
like a traffic cop.
Yeah, and giving tickets out and everything.
Grim.
And that's just because you're you smash up the whole of Tokyo trying to save people, and you kill people that you shouldn't, like the Yakuza people that you're not meant to. You're undercover, but and that one's just basically about this radical Eastern fucking party, if you like.
Yeah.
You know, like a terrorist group basically, and he believed that once the Year of the Snake comes round and certain things fall into place, that the world's gonna end basically. But the way they see it is the more people they blow up, the more people they're sending up to their heaven basically. Yeah. So you're basically a cop trying to stop terrorists in this one.
Okay, well, you should bloody hell, mate, leave with that next time.
Yeah, I will do.
Bit long-winded.
It was a bit long-winded, but you know. What can I say?
Okay, but either way, you still finished the game, and what do you think? Like, what's your overall opinions on the game? Was it worth the time you invested into it?
The time I invested into it's got a great story to it, yeah. Because it's been out for years, so it's no real big spoiler now.
No, it's been out for more than a year. You know our rule.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1 year rule. But you're an undercover cop who's got a grudge against the Yakuza because, or the Sun Yong Years they've called it.
Yeah.
Because your sister ends up getting hooked on heroin.
Okay.
When you lived in Hong Kong. So your mum basically packs up everything and fucks off to America. Where your sister is clean for a couple of months, but then gets back onto the heroin and ends up overdosing.
Yeah.
So the main character you play as, which is Wei Chen, ends up becoming a police officer and has a constant grudge against the Sun Yong-yi.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times I'm going to butcher that name, but
just
I'm trying my best.
Ride it out.
But then ends up going back, obviously, to Hong Kong, becoming undercover, infiltrating a certain group that you used to hang around with. When you were younger. So you end up meeting Jackie.
Yeah.
Who is one of your best mates, and he's the funniest character you'll meet in the game. Also, in my opinion, is probably one of the most tortured souls in the game. I'll explain later.
Okay.
But you end up going through this whole working your way from being nothing but a foot soldier right the way up to a red pole. Okay. Which is basically the Yakuza's version of you start off as a foot soldier and end up like a Don. You know, in the Godfather side, that sort of scenario. You end up like up there, you're not like the head honcho of the Yakuza or the Sun Yong-yi, but that section of the map belongs to you. Yeah. And your group and stuff like that. But you'd end up having a lot of rivalry with this other group called Dog Eyes.
A lot easier to say.
Yeah, a lot easier to say. Which basically, they're a more powerful group. It's kind of one of them. It's a revenge story. You get through at the bottom, you've got to work your way up, basically, you know what I mean? Standard world, kind of. Yes, that's the sort of thing, but you'd end up, like I said, you end up working your way up the souls, right the way up the triad. Yeah. While still collecting information for the police and stuff like that. But it's got a lot. That's the main story, basically, is you just try and work your way up. Then, basically, the last mission's the one that I really enjoyed the most. It was the longest, and it was the best to play. The martial art, and it's brilliant.
It's very, if I remember correctly, it's quite that style combat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that sort of
action reaction kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, you've got to counter a lot of people, do you know what I mean, to actually fight them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But the game itself, overall, for the money I paid for it, was only like a $5.
Yeah.
It was most definitely worth it. I'd tell anyone to give it a go.
Would you recommend it still if it was the sort of full price it was, which I think was like, what, £15 now?
I think it was only like £15, and I'd definitely still recommend it at £15 as well.
Because it's quite open, isn't it? And as well, while you're talking as well, I was looking this up, because I remember when I played it years ago, I swear to God, someone said that Emma Stone was in it, and she is.
Ah, who's she play?
A character called Amanda? The English chick or the American chick?
Yeah, I know who it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's Emma Stone.
Oh, fair enough.
See, because I remember, like, when it first came out, I remember someone saying that she was in it, but I was like, was she actually though? Or am I imagining that?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it turns out she is.
Fair enough.
But yeah. So all in all, it's a good one then.
It's a good game. I mean, I'm a fan of the open world sort of thing anyway, so I'll have a sort of biased opinion.
Yeah.
But no, I'd suggest it to anyone.
Okay.
Driving's a bit, but
well, yeah, but
it's not really focused so much.
I think with open world games, driving's a hit or miss kind of scenario.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that one.
Because like Far Cry 5, I've finished the entire thing now. I finished the entire game. Well, I'll say the entire game. I finished the main story of the game. There's still, if I want to go back into it and do more stuff, I can. I actually might do at some point, but I finished the main story. But I will say the one consistent of the entire game, driving sucks. The control, it's just so light. Like
what, a little knock and it swerves.
Yeah, or like you try to turn a simple corner, you end up fucking doing a. No, actually, they can't see my hand moving.
A J-turn and stuff like that.
Like not even like you do like you want to go like a tiny little corner, you end up doing a 90-degree turn.
Damn.
Like no, so it's an absolute nightmare. And then what's worse is the planes. At one point, you have to fight a few people in planes. I'm not gonna say who you fight, but you do some. It's like missions, some side missions and stuff. It's so irritating. I hate the planes. it's. I'd rather have fought in the helicopters. Cause at least then it's a bit easier to aim. So.
Oh god.
But all in all, Far Cry 5, I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say again, I've only ever played 4 Far Cry games, 3 Blood Dragon 4, and now 5.
Yeah.
I'd say it's my second favorite.
I don't think anyone's ever gonna beat 3.
No, 3 is still my favorite.
Yeah, 3's over. I think 3's gonna be everyone's favorite, to be honest.
Literally, the only reason I bought Far Cry 5 Gold Edition was to get the season pass with it and get Far Cry 3 when it comes out. That's literally it. I just happened to get Far Cry 5 as well. I was like, oh yeah, go on, why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
Well, okay, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And it actually turned out to be pretty good. I'd say it's one of them slow burn kind of games, to be honest. Because I'm not gonna lie, for the first this game split into thirds essentially. Because you got 3 regions to control.
Yeah.
I'd say for like the first half. It's gonna sound a bit Irish, but for the first half of the first third of the game.
So the first half, the first third.
Exactly. that small part of the game, I just kept getting my ass handed to me all the time.
Yeah.
I was getting so frustrated. I was like, I don't claim to be the most excellent, best gamer out there, MLG. Well,
yeah.
Fucking best player ever. No one can beat me. Mm-hmm. But I don't suck either. I think I've been playing games for fucking 22 years. I'm pretty good, or decent at least.
Yeah.
Enough to pass. So I shouldn't have been dying that much, but fuck me, did I get my ass handed to me so much time.
Fair enough.
But, it's the typical kind of open world story. As soon as you actually get further into it, you unlock better gear, you unlock better skills, you learn what you're doing easier, you wipe the floor with everyone, which is basically what I did. Also helps that at one point you also get like NPC companions to come help you along. One of them's a fucking bear.
Woo!
And a cougar. Peaches the cougar. My favourite character.
Not
gonna lie.
I mean,
there's like 6. You do missions around the entire map to unlock.
Peaches the cougar.
Yeah, Peaches the cougar.
It sounds like some 40-year-old woman down the street who's got an eye on you.
Well,
Just
there was a woman there, but she just gave me the actual. It was an actual real life cougar. Yeah, not it's not some woman who's just like keeps eyeing you up and every time you turn around. But no, it'd
just be rude not to.
Well, so there's like 9 characters you can unlock to some, like you basically summon them in when you need them. Essentially, the guns for hire, or in the animal cases, fangs for hire.
Yeah.
I basically use the animals all the time because you get a dog companion called Boomer. Yeah. Who one of his abilities is that he'll tag all the enemies around you.
I was right.
Like you'll just tag them all so you know where they are. And a second ability he has is if you're running low on ammo, or if you you have no ammo left for the gun you have left.
You send him out, he'll get some.
He'll go bring you guns. I was like, that's amazing. I want that.
I need to train my dog to do stuff like that.
I never actually used that skill though, because I always had enough ammo,
bullets and stuff like that.
It was a nice thought that it was there.
Yeah.
You also got Cheeseburger,
which is the big bear.
He's a bear called Cheeseburger. He's basically a tank. He's a tank, and he distracts the fuck out of people. So, like, say there's a big crowd of people.
I mean, I don't fucking blame him if it's a big ass crowd of people and a big bear come run through. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're shooting at the bear. You're not shooting at me.
I'm running the opposite way. You can fuck yourselves.
That too, but think for a moment if you're an enemy NPC character, an enemy character in a game. Your goal is to kill the main character.
Yeah.
So. But there's a bear coming at you. It's like I'm gonna take the bear out first.
I'm gonna shoot you first.
Yeah, he was a bullet sponge basically. That's what he was. Although sometimes it was a bit weird because we'd be traveling around the map, and obviously there's wild animals around Montana and stuff, and he'd get taken out by a wolf, a big fat grizzly bear. Get taken out by a wolf.
So he's just
or a dog even
just sponged a shitload of bullets.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then gets taken out by a chihuahua.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much how it would go. But I didn't. To be fair, I only got him like last third of the game. Yeah. So I didn't use him that much. I more used him to get the perk points and anything else because there's like things like get him so many kills and things.
Yeah,
like that.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
And then there's Peaches the Cougar, who was my favorite one out of the three of them. Sorry, Boomer, I love you so much, but Peaches is Bay, because he's basically a ninja. He sneaks around and everything. His ability is something like you can, because with all of them. You can look at a target who's been tagged, and
then order them.
You can point them and say, "Get rid of him."
Yeah.
So, like, if you got a sniper on somewhere far away, it'll take him out.
Yeah.
Or if you got like Boomer or Peaches, for instance, she'll just go over and take him out, and she won't be seen at all. If you're in small grass or a tall grass rather than you crouch around, they'll crouch too, and they don't see her at all.
That's amazing.
So half the time when it came to like taking over bases and stuff, I no one saw me because I had Peaches on one hand. And I had a human character who has like a bow or a sniper. Yeah. Somewhere high up, and I was good.
Oh, it's alright then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's one of those. It sounds daft because I was saying the other week how it's a mix of all the two Far Cry games, but it's basically a Far Cry game. You start off pretty shitty. Yeah. You work your way up, and eventually no one can stop you.
I mean, because I remember playing Far Cry Primal, and it was so cringy. Because you played as a character who could tame animals, and you got called the Beastmaster. It's like,
okay,
I'm pretty.
I mean, it makes sense, but like,
no, it makes sense. But in my head, when they were like, "Oh, here's the Beastmaster,"
yeah, it sounds like a porno name.
Yeah, I was like, I'm expecting Ron Jeremy to be stood behind him. You know what I mean? Just some jazzy bass line starts playing as you walk over to some bear. But yeah, no, there was similar sort of thing you could do with the animals in that. You had bears. You had different types of bears, though. You had cave bears, mountain bears, snow bears, grizzly bears. Then you had the wolves, which was the same again. You had grey wolves, cave wolves, wolves.
Woolworths.
So yeah, you had your wolves. And then you had like jaguars, and you had saber-toothed tigers. Yeah. Which was pretty cool because you could ride on saber-toothed tigers.
That does sound pretty cool.
And it was because you could use them as like, you could ride them into battle whilst throwing spears.
Yeah, it does sound pretty cool.
So I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm Ron Jeremy. I mean, Beastmaster. But yeah, so I can see where they've got the elements. It's like they've blended all the elements of...
I think so. Well, they introduced that guns for hire thing in Far Cry 4, didn't they? Because they had that character Herc who'd showed up. You could be able to help you out and things. So I think what they've done is they've sort of expanded upon it a bit in this game and give you actual characters to summon in and out when you need them. Who actually have skills and different abilities who help you out.
Cause like, you can't moan there, can you?
No, because like I said, if I was going to a mission where, say, they all know I'm coming, so they're prepared to fight me anyway, it's an actual firefight. I'd take Cheeseburger because he's a bullet sponge. Yeah. And I'd take... there was one character with a flamethrower. There's another character with a rocket launcher.
A flamethrower.
A flamethrower in your bucket on top. Yeah. It was someone with a flamethrower.
What are you talking about, lad?
Skitting. You just skit me ass. I'd take those guys with me and I'll wipe the floor with them all.
Sausages in your pan.
No one's going to get these jokes. Anyway. God damn it, Liam. We're supposed to be professionals. That's a lie. No, we're
Professional fuck-ups.
That's what your mama said.
Dude, you talk about my mama? We gonna turn this into Yo Mama match? Yo Mama so hurry, Bigfoot take pictures of that bitch.
Your mama's so fat a splash check does damage. Oh god.
Yo Mama's so fat she from both sides of the family.
Oh god.
Okay. Oh god.
Moving
Professionals.
I never claimed that. Not in serious manner, at least. Anyway. Try and wrap this up as best. Oh my god, this is so bad. I feel like we're high, but we're not high. What is this? Okay. But all in all, I'd say it's a good, solid entry into the series. I say it's definitely my number 2 favourite now. Because Far Cry 3 is still best. But this is still pretty good.
Yeah.
I still have issue with the leveling system. But the thing is, you can either get the perk skills by doing actual challenges and stuff. Yeah. Or you can find them, sort of thing. If you find a prepper stash, which has like loads of money and stuff like that, you always find 3 perk points. So if you find a prepper stash, and there's quite a few of them dotted around the map, you'll always get 3 points. So if you hammer them out, then you've got yourself a decent chunk of points there.
Fair enough, you can't go wrong now.
Plus, every time you liberate like a stronghold kind of thing, it starts filling it with people, like your own people and all that. And you'll notice some of them have like symbols for map icons, but with a question with like exclamation mark on it, because that's them telling you where things are. So rather than you having to go out and find things,
they tell you where it is.
They sort of like give you rumors and stuff like, oh, I heard this thing's gone over there. Yeah. And you go to that point in the map, and then you're like, oh yeah, shit, there's a thing there.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So you don't. It's sort of hand-holdy, but at the same time, it's a bit more immersive. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, to a degree, I can see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the people who are actually there are giving you hints and information and stuff. You know, you're not just going out and being expected to find these like 56 fucking prepper stashes around the place. That's a random number, by the way. Total random. That's not an actual number in the game.
God damn.
But no, good game. But as I said, I've said this to you off camera, but I'll say this to these guys now so they know. I want to talk about the ending of it. Okay. And you don't mind being spoiled, do you?
Not at all.
So, for the last 5 minutes minimum, maybe maximum at the end of this podcast, I'm going to go into some spoilers about Far Cry because it needs to be talked about.
We will give you as warning, no. So,
definitely.
It's sort of a new thing that we're going to be trying is 5-10 minutes at the end. We're going to be giving like spoilers of games that haven't done the year mark yet. Yeah,
but
we'll guarantee that you know when it's gonna be, so you can turn off.
Absolutely certain. I'll put a fucking klaxon on this podcast if I have to make sure they know. We'll say spoiler warning. You'll hear a klaxon and you're like, okay, from this point onwards, they're gonna spoil shit.
So yeah, we'll do the klaxon. We'll give you a heads up, and we'll give you about 3 seconds to turn it off.
Yeah. And if you're not ready for us, then keep listening. But if you are bothered, because really the Far Cry games, I'd say the story is the not the weakest point, but it's not the most important point with Far Cry.
I don't think Far Cry's ever really had that much of a strong story to begin with. It's kind of, as you said yourself, it's always been based off a revenge type.
Revenge or redemption kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's not detrimental to the game, because people are still going to play anyway.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the ending. So
yeah, because there's a lot of things, over the past 6 weeks, there's been a lot of things me and you wanted to talk about, but we just can't because it hasn't hit that year mark yet. Yeah. So I think this will be good for the people who actually want to know what we think of games that haven't. Yeah,
or if they just want, because I know for myself a lot. Like as soon as I've finished something like a film or a game, for instance, I'll look up what other people think online, like discussion videos and stuff, because I'm kind of curious as to what other people think.
No, that's what I mean.
Especially with something like you were talking about before with BioShock.
Yeah.
Like the way Infinite ended, I didn't really understand it, but I wanted to know what was going on. And as soon as I knew what was going on, I was like, what do other people think of this? This is crazy.
You know what? I actually was looking at the Bio Infinite games. The whole trilogy, sorry.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at getting them for the PS.
Oh, yeah, I think, isn't that on sale now as well? Actually?
Yeah, that's on sale too, so I'm going to have a look at that later.
I'd love to, but I think that's one of those games I'd rather have on disc than download. Plus, because, like, the download is a big file. Yeah. And it's going to be big anyway when you put the disc in and stuff like that, but
it's going to take a lot more to download the whole thing.
Yeah, that too. So, but yeah. So.
But yeah.
Yeah, so.
So.
News stories. Now, you only have like 1 or 2. I've got loads, so I'll let you go first.
I mean, if you want, yeah, that's fine.
I've got loads, so I'll let you go first.
I mean, I'm just going back to what I really love and what I've really been keeping my eye on, which is Days Gone. Finally seen a video that's been. It's post beta.
Oh yeah, so they are quite far along into production then.
Yeah, they're into... Sorry, pre-beta, not post-beta. Where am I going now?
It's post-beta, doesn't that mean it's done?
That's done, right? God damn. But no, it's basically pre-beta, so they've still got bugs and that to work out. But so far the game looks phenomenal.
Phenomena. We've already done this joke.
But yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just changing the word completely. But it's absolutely amazing just what it looks like so far. The drive, it's the game it's going to base around is... It's open world.
Yeah, another one.
Another one, because, you know, we haven't got enough of them.
No, but like we were saying last time, sometimes they can be done right.
That's what I mean, and to be honest, I'm expecting this one to sort of be done right after what I've seen. Little parts that I've seen of it, it seems to be doing well so far.
Yeah.
Now, the drive, it does... Basically, the whole game, by the looks of things at the moment, is going to be, to a degree, Mad Max.
Oh, okay.
You're going to spend time having to build your bike up. Because at first, it's like, unlike Mad Max where the black on black just got took straight off you, this you get like a good half an hour on it.
Yeah.
And then it gets taken off you. So, whether they change this or not, I don't know, but how it happens is you're chasing someone. The first 10 minutes into the game, you're chasing this fella down. And he starts shooting back he's shooting backwards at you, and he hits your fuel line. So your bike's basically out of action. You know what I mean? So you sort of put it on the side of the road, cover it in leaves, and take your buddy's bike with him back to wherever you need, back to their stronghold. So then you're like, I've got the bike, I've got the fuel line, what you need at the stronghold. So we'll go back, get up, start, and he's like, I'm going to get my bike. You get there and the bike's gone.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like that, you know what I mean? But as for the combat situation, it looks pretty much...
Is it more of the reaction style thing?
No, that's what I mean. I'm trying to think of the best game I can think of to describe it to. The action kind of made me feel, when I was watching it, The Last of Us.
Oh, okay.
Like...
Well, the Last of Us and Uncharted, they're both Naughty Dogs, so they have a similar combat style.
That's what I mean. It had that, like, that's it. But so much, it wasn't more like Uncharted.
Yeah, no, because with The Last of Us, the proper... I've watched the whole documentary about this. They proper put a lot of emphasis in the combat to make it feel like all the punches are very weighted, like quite realistic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, that's what I'm saying. In this, it doesn't feel like you over-exaggerate. Like in The Last of Us, it actually didn't look like Noel knew how to fight.
Joel.
That's his bloody name. Where am I getting Noel from?
No Fielding. That wasn't No Fielding in The Last of Us.
It wasn't. No, but it doesn't feel like he knows how to fight.
Yeah.
He's just a bruiser.
Yeah.
That's just throwing punches and hoping for the
survival,
best.
Survival fighting.
It's like basically, shit, it's you or me, and it sure as hell ain't gonna be me.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Sure
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah, that's how it makes sense.
But yeah, that's how it feels watching this as well, because you're not a super soldier that's being dropped into whatever. You're not someone who's trained to kill. You're just you're just a biker. You're just some bloke.
Yeah.
Who really likes bikes and he's in a club. You know what I mean? Obviously, world's gone tits up, so the club doesn't exist no more, but there's still a few members that still hang around together. Just to survive, basically. And that's the way it feels when you play the game. You're not someone who's got these magical Kung Fu Bruce Lee's trained you since you were in the nutsack. You know what I mean?
That's one way of putting it, yeah?
Yeah, it's just, shit, I need to fight here. So you throw your hands and hope for the best, basically.
Yeah.
But then also the firing concept is the same. You're not like some SAS soldier. You just, I've got a gun. I need to shoot you. It's that raw survive. It gives you that feeling of actually having to survive.
Yeah.
And you have to scavenge everything off the ground, in trucks, in camps. 95% of the buildings are accessible. This is just off what I was watching and reading. 95% of the buildings are accessible. There's little camps dotted all over the place. There's no load screens. It's just fluent.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It just seems like a really good, strong game so far, and the fact that it's not even a beta yet is sort of making me go, I like this. I like this a lot.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Days Gone actually, because one of the things I was going to talk about was E3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have on screen here a list of all the conferences and like times and dates and stuff like that. But before we get into that, there was actually Sony have actually came out and sort of told people what they're doing this year, which is a first. People don't usually typically
tell you what's going on.
It's more of a surprise, or in Walmart's case, it's a leak, but that's the next story.
Yeah.
They've sort of said that this year's E3 is going to focus sort of on the big 4 games they got coming. So we've got Spider-Man PS4, Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, and I forget the last one. But one of the other big exclusives for the PS4. It's sort of, those are going to be the big placeholders in the conference, but there are still going to be other things in between, like little indie stuff or smaller third-party game announcements.
Yeah.
But the main focus of this year's E3 for Sony is, these are our big 4 PS4 exclusives.
Yeah.
Here's what we have for them. So we're probably going to see more demos for Spider-Man. Probably going to see more gameplay for Days Gone.
Yeah. Probably
get to see the first bit of gameplay for Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm really looking forward to. It's Sucker Punch and samurais / ninjas, so
it's all right up your alley then.
Pretty much. Plus Sucker Punch, it's Sucker Punch for me are the same sort of brand recognition like with Naughty Dog. It's like, I like what they've done before. In my opinion, they've not done a bad one so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But getting on to E3, because you and me have the plans to sort of live stream podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure something out when it gets. We've got a bit of time still, so
we'll work something out.
Basically, E3, the conferences are from June 9th to June 12th, which is Saturday to Tuesday. The first conference we have on the list here is EA's, and that's on Saturday night. Which we Saturday night for us in the UK.
Yeah.
We Saturday afternoon for them in America. I don't know what to expect from this, but because last year's EA was, in fact, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong on this. Last year's was the first time EA did a press conference.
Yeah. And
that was all because of Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Which, Battlefront 2 was just a terrible game.
I don't know, like, for me, I don't know, EA should just stick to doing sports games.
Well, that was the most of the other part of their conference as well. They also talk about Need for Speed, because they did Need for Speed as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but racing, sports...
Yeah, stick to those.
Stick to what you're good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they've still got hold of the license to make Star Wars games for a while.
They have. Unfortunately, they have, but...
So they're probably going to do something else with that. We'll see. But that's the first conference we got out of there.
I mean, he tanked when he done that. When he done battle... Blah, 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 blah.
Blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, and Battlefield too. They do Battlefield. Forgot about that. EA do Battlefield.
That's actually a good point.
So that they've said they're going to announce something this year.
See, that's actually a good point. That's the only I completely forgot they done Battlefield.
Yeah.
That's the only good war. That's the only good first-person shooter I think they've ever done.
Probably.
Because I can't think of any other first-person shooter that they've done that was worth
paying attention to.
I was gonna say worth a wank, like, but yeah.
I mean, I know some people are into the gunplay, but yeah, someone's probably done that anyway.
I'm not being funny. I've given myself many first-person shooters.
Oh god. Moving on. On Sunday, we got 2 conferences. We got Microsoft.
Yeah.
And Bethesda. Now, you and me aren't the biggest Xbox fans, but we're still gonna watch Microsoft because it's nice to give them all a chance. And no one can see this, but you are grinning like a little bitch because Bethesda's is on Sunday. It's Bethesda. They're gonna give us something good. They've already announced Rage 2. You saw that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because that's in a later story. I'll mention how that was leaked, which has now been confirmed because it's like fuck it, we'll just
but it's Bethesda. It wasn't. Oh no! Don't press that button which puts everything on the internet. Achoo! Oh god, no!
Deadpool all over again.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So there's Bethesda, which should be good. Monday we have 3 conferences. We're going from 1, 2, 3. 3's the big one. We've got Square Enix, which I'm definitely paying attention to.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is going to be in there. And I'm going to bust a nut. You're going to be sat with me and I'm going to bust nuts all over this place.
You better be going in the kitchen to do that shit.
In the kitchen? You mean the bathroom?
No.
Yeah, right, the kitchen. Then we got Ubisoft. Now, I don't know about you. Right, this might just be me, because I was watching a video about it the other day. But I really want Prince of Persia back.
Oh, so much.
I was watching like a Did You Know gaming video about like Prince of Persia. And I was looking at it, they were showing footage of like Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones. I was like, these games are just so good.
Yeah.
Like,
they should at least remaster them.
At the very least,
remaster them.
Yeah.
Because
they remastered them from PS2 to 3, but I want a 4 version.
Yeah. I mean, without sounding... Because there was Sands of Times.
Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones. And then you also had...
You had that Xbox one as well. They brought one out on the Xbox and it was...
They did one for the film. A sort of... Well, not a film tie-in, but it came out around time. No,
that's the one I'm on about.
That was Forgotten Sands. Not bad. Not Prince of Persia. Not bad, though.
Oh, no. I couldn't bear it.
It was one of those... I'm a fan of the series, so I'll play it. It was playable. But I'd easily rank that like low on the list. And then you know what was underrated though? The Prince of Persia sort of reboot-esque thing they did. Remember that? Where it's not him anymore. It's got like all he's got that claw thing, that claw glove, and he's got that Mrs. Elika.
Yeah, I hated that as well.
I really like that.
I hated that.
I think
couldn't die.
No. Well, that's an odd criticism. That lame.
No, like it felt like there was no challenge. It felt like
no, there definitely wasn't a challenge.
Oh, I fucked up. Oh, look at that. Jeez,
you saved my life.
Again.
It's fine. I feel like they would have benefited from not calling that Prince of Persia. But I think it was decent. Even so, it just it's like Forgotten Sands. It's a good game or it's a decent game. It's just not Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
but yeah, I kind of hope they announce something Prince of Persia wise. They're probably not going to. I'm pretty sure that series is dead at this point.
No, I don't think it's dead, but
well, come on, the last game was Forgotten Sands when the film came out.
Yeah, good point.
So I doubt. And to be fair, have you heard? You know the story about Assassin's Creed, don't you?
Yeah.
That started out as a Prince of Persia game.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, that I didn't know.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, that started out as a Prince of Persia game, but they're like, let's try something else, and they've made it into its own Assassin's Creed game. Obviously.
See, no, Assassin's Creed, and I had. There was rumours. I'd never actually found out that it was actually confirmed or not till just now. That yeah, it was somehow linked to Prince of Persia and Assassin's Creed were linked. Mm-hmm. Now,
I think what I saw was
I would love to see a crossover.
I know, but they have to bring the character back first because Prince of Persia's been gone for a while.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think originally it was supposed to be called Prince of Persia Assassins, where you play as sort of like his entourage.
Yeah.
Based on the real life sort of assassins, the Hash.
I know what you mean, yeah, but it's where the word actually originates, where assassins actually originate from, because it's like a Hassasid or something.
I think it's like Hashashin.
It's something weird like that.
Yeah, it's something like that. We can't really pronounce it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's
where that was originated from. But yeah, I know it seems like a bit of an odd one to throw out there, but I kind of hope we hear something about that.
No, I can totally see where you're coming from, and to be honest, it would be nice to see at least a reboot.
Yeah.
For the PS4.
Mainly because the time mechanics were great. That was just great. That was the best.
Yeah.
But I also think we're going to hear something about the next Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
No, they won't do year release.
No, they're not doing a year release. I mean, so we're going to hear something. Like they're gonna say, yeah, we're actually working on the next one.
Yeah, I can see them saying
there's been a few leaks and rumours and stuff. But they might actually come out and be like, yeah, we are actually working on something.
Now, here's a question. Where would you like to see it set?
Japan.
Everyone says feudal Japan.
Yeah. Because...
I mean, each to their own.
Because you'd basically be a ninja.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But then to me, it's like, it's not really Assassin's Creed. You might as well just be playing Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, true, I suppose.
But everyone's got their own opinion. Like, I've got a bit of a weird one. I would love to see World War II.
Actually, now you say that, you know what I do kind of like the idea of?
What?
Medieval England.
Yeah, because we had a little taste of it in Unity.
Did we?
Yeah, do you know the very opening bit? It was medieval France, but...
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you had the knights and you had...
Yeah, because...
You had that thing.
Yeah, because that whole game's like premises that you're playing a game.
Yeah.
Which is very meta.
Which was really weird.
Yeah, I know. But
that's what I mean. You had the taste of it, and I really liked the whole medieval themed feel to it, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like I can imagine there's so many possibilities you could go with that. I mean, you could be going through a little village and assassinate some Templar because he's really extorting the village or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then think about it, if you really, really look into it, yeah. If you really looked into it, you could... There's so many tombs that you could search underneath castles.
Yeah.
And imagine the viewpoints and stuff like that. It would work. Yeah.
I feel like though,
towers.
this might sound daft, but I've just kind of came to my head now. I feel like Assassin's Creed works best when the locations are a bit more exotic. If that makes sense, because think about Assassin's Creed 3. That wasn't the best. I mean, in my opinion, that's like the weaker entry in the series.
I'd say Unity was worse myself, but...
Oh yeah, well that's because of the bugs and stuff.
Not even that.
I don't just mean because of the gameplay and the bugs and stuff. I just mean like the general kind of where you are.
No, see, I didn't. I just meant in general. Like, I got the whole idea of the French Revolution being the bloodiest time of human history, which is apparently even worse than the World Wars put together.
Fair enough.
I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and argue facts, like, but
yeah.
You know how many French people can die compared to like 6 million Jews and how many countless soldiers' lives. But I digress.
Okay, yeah.
But for me, I didn't like 4 full stop.
What, the pirate one?
Not 4 bloody Unity. Why am I saying 4?
I was gonna say, mate, the pirate one's the best.
Yeah, Black Flag, man.
You offended my honour, sir, by insulting Black Flag.
We shall duel to the death.
Pistols at dawn.
I mean, can we make it more like 12? I mean, I like a lion.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Make it 12.
No, but yeah, like for me, Unity was the worst.
Yeah.
Like it was it's close with 3, but Unity was worse for me, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, fair. But back on actual topic, because it got way off.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So we get on the Monday we've got Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Sony, which is the one you and I are definitely looking forward to.
Aye.
We're total PlayStation fanboys. And then Tuesday we've only got the one, that's Nintendo. So
I mean, I'm definitely gonna be here to watch it, but Nintendo's definitely more your bread and butter.
It is and it isn't, because I have some Nintendo stuff to talk about later.
Yeah.
But, like, I have sort of like a very casual relationship with Nintendo. For me, Nintendo is my mobile games kind of relationship. Like, I'll play it when I'm sat having a shit. To put it's the bluntest way of putting it, but yeah, if I'm sat having a shit, I'll get my DS or I'll get my Switch and play some games. Or when I've finished all my comics and stuff, like I've still got a back catalogue of them. Whenever I get on the train, I'll play on my DS or play on my Switch, something like that. But
no, yeah,
I'm still intrigued by some of the stuff they do. Mainly because I still want to play that Detective Pikachu game. And also, yeah, that's a game. Detective Pikachu. Your face then is just like, what? That's a thing?
I can just imagine, like, Pikachu in, like, a Sherlock Holmes outfit.
He actually has a Sherlock Holmes hat.
Oh, fuck.
And he's got a magnifying glass. And he's got the deepest voice. And for some reason, right, this is the best part. When they released the game, Detective Pikachu came out in Japan way before it came out here. But they also have a movie in Japan as well. And we're getting that movie eventually. Do you know who's voicing Pikachu?
Come on.
You're not going to guess this. I'll give you a clue. Look at my boobs.
No.
Yes, indeed.
No.
For those of you who obviously can't see me, I'm wearing a Deadpool t-shirt.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is playing Pikachu. He's playing Pikachu in a fucking live-action Detective Pikachu film next year.
Oh, no.
I know. I can't wait for it either. That's just going to be hilarious. But...
Oh, God.
I digress.
Pikachu's going to be Canadian.
Pikachu's going to say some foul language.
I know.
Oh,
Kids
God.
going to watch it like, Mom, what's an anus?
Oh, God.
That's where your dad likes to stick things when he's drunk.
He tries to stick things when he's drunk. Mummy tells him no.
Mummy sometimes doesn't have an option.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, to round up, we got Saturday EA, Sunday Microsoft Bethesda, Monday Square Enix, Ubisoft, Sony, and Tuesday Nintendo. So we're still gonna figure out what we're gonna do for that, but we are gonna watch the live streams as they happen.
Yeah,
we're probably gonna record it too. We'll figure something out. I think we'll play around with the little things because we might actually live stream camera style. We'll see.
Yeah, because that was an idea we were thinking about, weren't it?
Yeah, that was something we would like to do.
Eventually,
yeah,
we'd like to get to that, but
we're both poor and I don't know that much about computers as I like to think I do.
Yes.
So, but moving on, my other stories. Let's see, I have a few stories. So, relating to E3 though, this is the thing. A few days ago, Walmart Canada has leaked a bunch of things. Now, you can see the list here and I can see the list here.
Yeah.
The first thing we already talked about, Rage 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I say leaked, they just literally put an option to pre-order things, and it's just like a black background with the writing on for what game it is.
Yeah.
I will say, apart from Rage 2, none of these have been confirmed. So all these are pinch of salt kind of thing. So we got Rage 2 has been sort of put out there. Just Cause 4 has been put on there as well.
I'm not being funny. How many of these games are they going to make?
I really liked 3 though. I like 2. 2 was great. 3, it added to it, but it still kind of felt more the same. I just liked the wingsuit. That was really good.
That's what I mean.
So we'll see where they go with 4, if 4 even exists.
That's what I mean.
If it does, we'll hear about that at the Square Enix conference, because that's Square Enix. Now this next one, the next one, it doesn't actually say Dragon Quest Builders 2. It just says Dragon Quest 2. But the mainline Dragon Quest games, like the RPGs, are up to Dragon Quest 11.
I know.
So there must be something like Dragon Quest Builders 2.
I remember the first time I ever played Dragon Quest.
Yeah, me too. It's a great game. It's a great series.
I think I first started playing them on 2. Dragon Quest 2, where the first ever mission, you're fighting everyone to get to the castle and the dragon's pinned down and stuff like that. And you've got to make some sort of blood oath with it so you both live.
That's not Dragon Quest.
I'm thinking of the wrong game.
That's Drakengard.
Oh, that one then.
I have played... to be fair, I can see where you're going. There's dragons.
There's a dragon
There's
in
a dragon
there.
involved. But no, that's Drakengard. Oh, God. Okay. But anyway, so people think it's Dragon Quest Builders 2. Now, you see, if it is, that makes me horny. And I'm going to be blunt, because the first... that's the worst way of putting it. I just kind of slipped out there.
I fucking hope it didn't.
God, I just had the worst choice of words today. If it's Dragon Quest Builders 2, I'm very excited about that, because the first Dragon Quest Builders was actually really good. Shut up. Let's just carry on with this, shall we? Pretend it never happened.
I thought I fucked up.
Now we both fucked up once, we're even. Dragon Quest Builders 2, if that's what it is, if they actually announce that's a thing, that's going to be great, because the first Dragon Quest Builders I actually really liked. It's a Minecraft clone.
Yeah.
In Dragon Quest form, but it has a story. It's Minecraft with a story, and it's all Dragon Quest and stuff. And it's actually really good. Like, I feel like it's a bit overpriced. Like, full price, it's still like 40, 50 odd quid.
Damn.
I got it on sale for like 20 or something less than that. Because that's why I was like, I'm definitely having this game that's on sale.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I
think there's actually a demo available, so I'd recommend to you to even give it a try.
I'll have a little crack.
It's pretty good. So if it is number 2, I'll be happy about that. The next one on the list is Borderlands 3. Now, you and I both like Borderlands. It's a great series.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of it, but I like it.
I think it's really good. I've still yet to play the pre-sequel, but I still think the series is great. The thing is, right, so Walmart Canada leaked in quotation marks, Borderlands 3. But unfortunately, one of the games directors at the company who makes it, Gearbox, I think it is. It's pretty good on my head.
I'm not 100%, but I think it is Gearbox.
Yeah. He's come out and said, we have no plans to show Borderlands 3. He's not said they're not making it, because we know they're making it. They've said before that they're making Borderlands 3.
No.
He's just come out and said you won't see it at E3. He said that, but he's also went back on himself and to be like, not that most of you will believe me that I've said that, but we're not going to show it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's one of those. He says they're not going to show it, and he's even acknowledged the fact that people won't believe him. So to me, that's like, okay, yeah, we won't see it.
Yeah.
Which, it could still show up in the sense of he might just be double playing us.
I mean, how much would you feel abused?
I'd be like, I can't trust you anymore. You've abused my trust in you, sir. I'm still going to buy your game, but you've abused my trust.
It's like that one girl who gets cheated on by a fella every weekend.
Yeah.
But then still keeps going back to him.
Yeah, a little bit.
I can't trust you anymore.
I can't trust you again. I've done this 7 times already.
We've only been together for 7 days.
Exactly, you fucking whore. Speaking of whores, this is nothing to do with horse, but it's a segue. The other one on the list is Lego DC Villains. Now have you played any Lego games?
I've played the odd one or two, but mainly like the Jurassic Park ones.
I have played pretty much all of them because I actually think they're decent little games. As a like a light-hearted
the kind of games that
thing.
you, like when you're sick and tired. Like for me, like I said, I'm an FPS fan, so
yeah.
Call of Duty and stuff like that. You know when you're sick and tired of getting your ass handed to you all.
Yeah, just play something light-hearted and fun.
Yeah,
because games are meant to be fun. So
they're meant to be fun. So when you get to that point in the game, where you're just like, wow, I'm walking away every match with like 1 kill and 17 deaths.
I'm gonna play something a bit more fun.
I'm gonna play something I can win.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how I justify my Lego games, but I still like them. So that's a thing because there's 3.
I got my Lego games for the Nex, and she just never ever played them. This such a lovely woman.
Beep. Censor that out. No, fuck that. Because there's been 3 Lego Batman games. There's The second one's actually quite special as well, because that's where they started having voices in the games. But before that, it was all just like grunts and stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
So if this is true, that means it's going to be another DC style game, which is good, because if it's the DC villains, you get to play as Joker as like main character. Joker.
Who doesn't want to play the Joker?
You get to play as him in the third Batman game, because there's something happened in the third Lego Batman game. I think it's like Brainiac or something like that. So the Earth's heroes and villains have to join forces and stuff. So you get to play as them then. But this one will be obviously more focused on actual villains, so that should be fun. And the last one.
Will he be voiced by the same one who does all his voices in the animated series and games?
Mark Hamill, no.
Yeah.
Because he's a different voice actor in the Lego games. It's someone else. I can't remember his name, but it's not Mark Hamill in the Lego games.
Letting me down there.
Yeah, I know. But he's still a good voice, though. But the last thing on the list is something I don't particularly care about, but I don't know if you particularly care about either, and that's Gears of War 5. Because like I said, I've made no secret of the fact I'm not an Xbox fan. I don't hate the games, but I'm not a fan of them.
No, I've had in the past. I'm going to admit it. I'm going to come out the closet.
Oh God.
Yes, I did own an Xbox.
Dun dun dun.
And I owned both at the time, Xbox 360 and PS3.
You whore.
I know, I'm such a slut.
You game whore.
But one of the games I got with the Xbox was Gears of War 3. Yeah. That was the only game I've ever played with Gears of War. It wasn't my cup of tea. It felt too Halo-ish.
Okay.
And I know I've just pissed off so many people.
Probably, but who gives a shit?
But it felt Halo-ish.
Yeah.
It felt like any other fucking shooting game with aliens in.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel any different. Like, I'd even go as far as to say Halo might have even been better.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I only played a small sample of Gears of War. But I have actually played a bit of Halo, sort of.
Yeah.
Like at a friend's house kind of thing. I actually did like Halo. It was decent.
That's what I mean. And, come on. I don't care how much of an PS head you want to be and how much you hate Xbox.
Which
you
I don't.
can.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, I know. I'm
just saying you cannot deny Halo's theme song.
It's pretty iconic. It's up there with theme songs.
It's not just iconic. It gets you. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna
get you pumped.
I'm gonna fuck some shit up. You know what I mean? It's just
Does it make you horny, Liam? Does it make you horny?
It makes me horny. Very, very horny. Oh, wow. We might have to go and see that girl after this.
Oh, bloody hell.
You know what I'm on about.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, moving on. Well, we've been going for a while, actually. It's nearly an hour. We're not even finished yet. Okay,
Told you.
Alright, so these next two stories are quite short, so I'll breeze through them quickly. Yeah. This one's not game related, it's just an interesting story. So, Avengers, Marvel, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They obviously have some... As much as the Iron Man stuff and all that is CGI, After Effects wise, for all the fun stuff he does, there is actually some realism in it, because he does actually have like a real suit for certain scenes.
Yeah.
Well, apparently one of the suits got stolen.
Really?
And yeah, one of the prop suits. Well, you know what I mean, prop suits. It's not. It doesn't. You don't actually fly.
It doesn't fly off and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just obviously like it would be a collector's item, I suppose.
Yeah.
That one of them got stolen, and it was valued.
How'd you steal a whole suit?
I have no idea. How did they get past security into like the props like cupboard and all this kind of thing? The props warehouse.
No, I'll give him. I'll give him props.
Hey,
I'll give him props for actually getting the suit, but. I'm just trying to think...
How do you get out there with no one noticing?
Like, did he wear the suit and then put clothes over it?
Or just walk out with it and then everyone just thought it was RDJ wearing the suit for a casual walk around?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And apparently that suit was valued at $325,000. Yeah. Just take that in for a second. That's more money than I'll ever see in my entire life.
I mean, we've got our cocaine business up and going, so... Shit, yeah, sorry.
But yeah, so that's the thing that happened this week. So that's just the quick one I thought was interesting to note.
No, that is, but I'm just like, I can't seem to fathom. Like, has he tried stuffing the whole suit up a shirt and walk out as if, like, no one... Like, I can just imagine, like, walking past security, just like... Morning. Walking past and... Like, who the fuck's their security guard? Stevie Wonder?
Possibly. Who knows these days?
He's just sitting there doing that sway he does, you know what I mean? Just like, oh, hi. We're all just got you. Shut up. You got to shut him up quick. You know what I mean? Eddie Murphy said it first, but you've got to shut You've got to shut him up quick or he'll just keep going. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I can't be arsed to listen to him. He doesn't impress me playing music at all. His music is shit. He wants to impress me. Let's see him ride a Harley Davidson.
Okay. Are you done with your little rant there?
Yeah, I just don't like Stevie Wonder.
No, okay, that's I mean, that's entirely fair. That's just, that got way too, like, way off. Way off. I know we go off on tangents, mate, but fuck me, you're in another country. But, okay, the next bit is something you'll like.
Stevie Wonder had noticed.
Oh my god. So again, we Stevie fucking Wonder. The next bit is something you will like. God of War.
Aye.
Now, these are some old numbers. Like, the numbers came out relatively close to the release date. It's been a little while since the release date now.
Yeah.
It sold in 3 days of being released 3.1 million units.
Damn.
Yes. Which makes it the fastest selling PS4 game of all time.
Now, bear with me a sec. Standard profits, what? About 60 quid?
Is that your standard price again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 60 quid.
I think it's like $60, 50 quid. Varies. Depending where you are.
Quick mathematics, and I might be off by a couple of thousand, but quick mathematics, I think that's round about 186 million?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Damn!
Either way, it's a lot of money, and it deserves it. Really.
I don't care how much cocaine we sell, we'll never seeing that amount of money.
God, no.
Not unless we start walking Pablo Escobar and this shit.
The only person in the world who's going to see that much money is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He's probably already got that amount of money.
Like, we've just probably said that, and we're damn, he's like, cute.
Nah, that's cute. They think that's a small amount. They think that's a big amount. No.
Oh,
I get paid that for one Marvel film. 10 minutes of me in a fucking suit. I'm done.
I can imagine that, just like him sitting there pinching my cheek like, oh, you're cute.
He fucking walks on camera, says something funny, walks off. He's getting paid billions.
That's what I mean. Twat.
Okay, but
I hate him. I love him. I want to wear his skin.
That's interesting. Okay, but the last thing I want to talk to you about, this is a bit of a lengthier one, so that's why I've saved it for last. Well, last before we do the spoiler casting.
Yeah.
Now, are you much of a Pokemon fan, Liam? Or, like, you know of the series at least?
I know of the series.
You don't hate it.
I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan, but I wouldn't say I'm an average fan.
Okay.
I'd say a bit more than average.
Okay, that's fair. Well, do you know that they're working on, like, the next big main game for the Nintendo Switch? They announced that I think it was last E3 or E3 before, that they are working on the next big.
Because I remember them saying weren't the last Pokemon games that were released for the DS was going to be the last for the DS.
Yes, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I have Ultra Sun sat up there.
And then it's all getting switched over to Switch.
Yeah, they're now moving to the new generation.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when they announced that, that's all they said. It's like, we are working on it. That's it. No images, no nothing at all. So
did you just feel slightly violated by that?
No, just more like a bit of an anticlimax, really.
Bit of pre-ejaculation.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah, why not? So since then, there's been loads of like sort of leaks and rumors things, and you know what it's like. We had this discussion with Spyro was getting leaked.
Yeah.
We don't take it seriously until something's been officially announced.
Yeah.
But in the last couple of days, a lot more stuff's been leaked out, which is sort of interesting. Now, the first bit. I couldn't find anything about it, but I've heard a few bits and bobs. So I'll sort of briefly try and recall what was said. Because for a while, there's been people say it's been rumored that they're going to completely get rid of the combat system. Like the old combat system, turn-based, 4 attacks at most kind of thing. Apparently that's being done out with, or that's what they want to do. So that previous sort of leak would tie into this first leak a bit easier, or make this first bit of information sound a lot more plausible. Plausible. Basically, it was supposed to be Kanto, the very first region from the very first games, but 100 years in the future. So apparently, Kanto's been washed away by tides and all this kind of thing. It's not there anymore. Red, the protagonist, has been and gone, and the old ways of Pokemon fighting have been forgotten, and that's basically that would be where that would be plausible enough for me, I think, to make the new combat system sound justified and introduced easy enough.
I can understand it. Yeah,
it's so far in the future that everyone's forgotten.
Yeah.
But those rumors that have been released the last few weeks sort of died down because these new rumors came out along with some very credible artwork for a logo.
Aye.
So basically, I have the picture here and all the list and stuff.
Let's have a look.
I'll I'll read it to you. It's all just text, really.
Ah, okay, go on.
But I'll still read it out to you. So, this is what someone said, and the tweet that goes with this Reddit post says, "This is first, so I don't expect anyone to straight up believe me. I have a source that can confirm these leaks are true. I guess we'll find out in the future. The games will be called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee." So they're still doing the whole split thing.
Yeah.
Like red and blue, black and white, all this kind of bollocks.
Yeah.
So it's called this time Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah.
There's a whole list here of what's rumored to be featured in the game. So, say features. It's all supposed to be a remake of Pokemon Yellow. Because remember how they had Red and Blue, the original games?
Yeah.
They also made Yellow, which tied more into the cartoon, or the anime rather, which I have that too somewhere. So
I think I've still got Yellow.
Yeah, I think Yellow's pretty good. It was the first one that sort of went in colour.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. It was like all the same colour, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the first point on this thing. The second point says it's going to be two versions, Pikachu and Eevee, which we said, like I said, the artwork's sort of been leaked and rumoured. The next thing says Red and Blue will be in the story, like the protagonist and his rival from the original games, but you're not playing as them. They're just a part of the story, and you are essentially, again, you're sort of playing the same character style or type.
Yeah.
So you're a new trainer and your rival's a new trainer.
Yeah.
That's your thing. And Red and Blue are still in the story as well. So that's what's supposed to be in the new game. Now this one's interesting. Now when you read it just says following Pokemon return. And if you don't understand what that means at first, like I didn't, it just sounds like gibberish. What it basically means is in I think it was Pokemon Crystal or one like the second generation games.
Yeah.
When you walk around the map, you'd have like the first Pokemon who's got set up in your party, like to come out first.
Yeah.
They'd follow you around, like outside of the Pokeball.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be back because that's something fans have wanted for ages.
Yeah.
Is having the Pokemon follow you around.
I know it sounds so stupid, but it's still having that.
Yeah, it kind of adds to the whole immersion thing, that whole role playing thing, which should be good. The next thing, you might not get this, but in the last two Pokemon games, Sun and Ultra Moon and Moon, they got rid of HMs, so like fly and all that, and cut.
Yeah.
They got rid of those in favour of just having like sort of like a taxi service thing where you can call up specific Pokemon for specific jobs.
Oh yeah.
Rather than use a move slot for the attacks.
I get what you mean.
So that's supposed to come back as well. There's supposed to be an online hub, like a proper hub area for online play, rather than just like a little menu thing in previous games.
Who knows? That might get you into online, mightn't it?
Maybe, yeah. And these next two are supposed to be three. These next bits are supposed to be to do with Pokemon Go.
Okay.
Because obviously Pokemon Go blew up a few years ago. Still kind of sort of not as popular now, but still going.
Yeah.
I still play on occasion.
I mean, I could never really get into it.
It's a lot of walking around.
It wasn't so much the walking around. That was on the move anyway. You know what I mean? It was just.
Well, when you live in somewhere like this, like where I live, it's pretty dead. So yeah, I have to go to like the big cities to get anything.
Well, same where I'm from. You got a few things here and there, but you had to go to the big cities to get it.
So that's supposed to be integrated somehow into the new game. Catching Pokemon in the new game is again supposed to be similar to how you catch in Pokemon Go. So you like throw Pokeballs and stuff.
Yeah.
Which again leads some credibility to an older leak saying that you'd use the Switch's motion controls to catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which sounds pretty fun, not gonna lie. So that's another thing. What else? If you link your Pokemon Go account and your save file on the Switch together, you get in-game rewards for both games.
Oh,
which could be good. And then new accessories. So that means the character customization is gonna be back in the main game.
Yeah.
And you can customize your Pokemon Go as well.
That's right.
It's just more of that really. But that's it, and it just says at the end, announcement soon, releasing this year.
Oh, fair enough.
So that's a whole bit of stuff to take in. Again, entirely rumours. There's been no confirmation just yet. Absolutely none.
It sounds amazing the way they are going on about it.
Yeah.
So let's hope it does actually stick to it and do something with it.
And that's the thing. It's been said again in rumours that they want to sort of reinvent the series because it's been going for a while and it's sort of getting a bit stale.
I mean, come on. I mean, Pokemon itself's been going for how long? Since 1993?
Well, last year was the 20th movie and the 20th anniversary. We went to watch the film, didn't we? Was that you?
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
Was it last year, though?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
We went with Gemma, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We went with a friend of ours, and that was a 20th anniversary movie, so... Although that was 20th anniversary of the anime.
That's what I mean.
I think the year before was 20th anniversary of the game, so it would have been 96, I think. So yeah. But yeah.
Woohoo! We're not as old as Pokemon.
That doesn't make me feel good. We're older than Pokemon, you dickhead. You got the line wrong. God damn it. We're older than Pokemon, Liam. But anyway.
Power Rangers came out in 1993.
Yes, it did.
So when I was old as Power Rangers.
That makes you feel a bit better.
And I just need a fist pump on that one.
Yes, you do. So yeah. Pokemon. It's gonna... Again, all this total rumours. There's been sort of... The Nintendo account, or at least the Pokemon company's Twitter account, they sort of like to tease these images and shit like that. But they always look like mundane images, but they also hide things as well. And the last thing they put up, I don't have it here on screen with me, but it was someone holding a Pokeball. There was one of the Pikachu plushie variant things dressed as Luigi.
Yeah.
And then there was two little Pokemon next to it, a little plush Pikachu, a little plush Eevee.
No.
Which, you think the Mario Brothers, let's go. Let's go. Pikachu, Eevee. That's why everyone's put that together. And obviously, like I said, there has been a few little logo things.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Which do look genuine. They look like, obviously, again, until it's officially confirmed, they could just be fan art.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Pretty legit. So until we hear about that, and allegedly they're going to announce that before E3 to show more stuff at E3. So
and they're cutting it fine, aren't they? I
know, but they've still basically got an entire month left yet. It's only the 16th now, so they've just got under a month.
Yeah, but yourself.
Yeah.
That'll fly before.
Oh, yeah, no.
And especially we're talking gaming wise.
Yeah, I know.
They either need to release it now or within the next couple of days, or it's just going to get watered down by everything else that's going to be released before E3.
No, you mean... No, not actually released the full game.
I mean released
something. Oh, so yeah, information-wise, yeah. Yeah, you know.
Before it gets watered down, before everyone else throws,
Well, that's what I mean. That's why people think it's going to announce pretty soon, because if you say they announce it, tomorrow or something, or on Friday, they've got between now and E3 for that, the sort of hype to build up.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then when it gets to E3, they can actually show off more and talk about it more, and then we'll have more information about it, hopefully.
Fingers crossed, that's all I can really say.
Yeah, again, fingers crossed it actually exists. That's the main thing I want to emphasise here.
Most definitely.
It's the same thing with Spyro, because you and I were both very hyped about all the rumours and stuff.
Come on, man, that was we were playing that game.
Yeah, I know, but it just got to a point where all leaks and rumours. It's just
it's
just announce the fucking thing for God's sake, and then they did.
I don't know about you, but sort of got to the point for me where it was just are you just gonna release it?
I just got so burnt out on all the rumours.
That's what I mean. Eventually, it got to the point where I was actually not bothered if they did or didn't.
And then they dropped the trailer and we just kind of cried because it looked beautiful.
It
looks so good. Oh,
that's how this is. Beautiful.
That's just basically how to take this. It's just pinch of salt until it's confirmed. Same with any rumours out there, really.
Yeah.
So, but that's it for my news stories. You got no more, have you?
No, I can think of, no.
So, right, we've been going for a while, but we said we're going to do this, so we're going to do this now. At this point in this week's podcast, if you do not want to know how Far Cry 5 ends, or just any major story points, because I'm going to go through a few of them as well. If you don't want to know what happens, you want to experience it yourself, leave now.
Go.
Just don't. Go on now, go. Walk out that door.
Don't turn around now.
Because you're welcome back next week, but you're not welcome right now. Because we don't want to spoil things for you. This is your final warning.
So you've got 3, 2, 1.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Done.
If you're still hanging about, congratulations.
Congratulations. You either finished Far Cry and you want to talk about this too, or you just don't give a shit and you want to know what's going to happen.
Either way.
Okay, so Far Cry 5. The ending is fucking weird.
Okay.
Primarily because I don't know if I got the good ending.
Ooh.
So you said this yourself last time. Far Cry 4 is sort of introduced this new thing where it's we have a secret ending.
Yeah.
Because in Far Cry 4, you can sit there at the beginning and wait for him to come back, and then you do that. Far Cry 5 has a similar secret ending at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Where basically when you go to the compound to arrest Joseph Seed, you can either just wait it out and then you just walk away and that's it. And that's a secret ending. Other than that, you can finish the game. You can go and fight John Seed in that fucking airplane fight, which is a total cunt. I hate that fight. You can fight Faith, who I didn't really want to kill because she's quite fit. But you still got to fight her anyway, little druggie. And you can kill John as well. That's the worst one. John's the worst. I think when I say worst, I don't mean poorly written. I mean if this person was real, you'd think this person's pure evil.
Ah, fair enough.
That's how bad. That's how good I think John C was written.
Would you say he was a Vass?
No. No one's a Vass. Vass is a Vass.
Vass is Vass.
Vass is Vass. But John Seed's pretty close.
That'd be someone to go as, just Comic-Con.
But little side note here on the side. Funny thing is, I haven't looked this up yet, but I'm pretty sure that the person who voices John Seed is also the person who plays Satan in Supernatural.
Yeah.
So he's voiced by the devil himself. I could be wrong on that. I'm gonna have to look it up after we finish this. But if that's true, because I know he's in the game somewhere.
Yeah.
Then that's pretty funny, because like
Cool.
he's the darkest character in my opinion, the darkest of the siblings. And
yeah.
He's voiced by Satan. I find that hilarious. But anyway, so the end of the game, right? You've liberated these three regions of Montana. You've built up all these friends and alliances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you eventually you go to the final compound where it all began, and you confront Joseph Seed. He's somehow managed to brainwash all the allies you've made. Apart from the 3 who you go to rescue, like your police officer friends, he's brainwashed all them. They're all there, like, holding your friends hostage. And he says to you, you have one last chance. I'm going to give you the same offer I gave you when you got here. Turn around, walk away, and leave me to my shit. And that's when it comes up. It says you can either resist him and arrest the guy / kill him. You go with the intent to kill, but you don't arrest him because you're a police officer. Or you can grab your police officer friends and fuck off. Obviously, I didn't choose to walk away.
No, of course not.
Obviously not. I chose to fight him. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good boss fight. It was sort of, you were fighting all your friends, but they were all possessed, so you had to sort of take them out. And because when your friends fall, you have so much time to revive them. You take them out and revive them back, and they'll be on your side. So you had to do that with all your friends.
Damn.
And then take out Joseph Seed. The thing was, when the fight finished, the end of the world happened. The whole thing, he was like, the collapse is imminent, because that's his whole thing. He's a religious nut, saying the end of the world's going to happen. It actually does. A big nuke goes off.
Lovely.
Yeah, just nuclear bombs keep going off everywhere. And you get into the truck with Joseph Seed and your police officer friends. You're driving away through a nuclear apocalypse, casually going on around you. And then you eventually crash into a tree. Your 3 police officer friends are dead. You're barely still alive. Joseph Seed carries you out of the car, and you still sit in the bunker where you started the game.
Yeah.
For the guy Dutch. And Dutch, he's killed Dutch. He looks like Dutch is dead, which is a shame. But he's not very fleshed out, so it doesn't matter. And you both just sit there. He's changed you up, and you both just sit there. He's like, you took my family, so now you are my family. He's fucking nuts. He's actually a really good villain, I think. But
that seems rather rapey, though.
Yeah, I know. It's that kind of. It's very much like that, but at the same time, I couldn't figure out whether they'd done a good thing or not, because unfortunately, it didn't let me do the thing in some games where you can go back to before you chose things and see how it ends otherwise. So I was like, oh great, I'm gonna have to watch it on YouTube. So I did, and I watched the YouTube version where you walk away, and you just walk away. You get in a car, you drive away, and your police officer friend's like, one of the deputies says to the sheriff guy, she's like, I'm not gonna lie, what the fuck are we doing? And he's like, don't worry, we're going to come back. We're going to bring the National Guard, the army. We're going to bring everyone down and squash this motherfucker. But then he turns the radio on, and when you're fighting John Seed, he's conditioned you. He's an army soldier. He's brainwashed you, conditioned you to basically kill everything in sight as fast as possible when the song We Meet Again comes on.
Yeah.
And so he turns the radio on, and that comes on. And apparently that's the good ending. Or at least that's what it says on most things. That's the good ending, but I feel that's the bad ending. So I think my ending was better than that. Even though my ending, ended the world. I still think that's the better ending. But yeah, that's what I mean. And your face right now says it all. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
A whole nukes go off the entire country, or at least it keeps saying that, like one of those emergency broadcast things you see in like apocalypse films comes on.
No.
This is not an emergency. Yeah, stay indoors. All this kind of bollocks.
This is not an emergency.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, this is not a drill. This is an emergency, not a drill. God damn it.
This isn't an emergency. This is a drill.
Sack the DJ. Yeah. So yes, it is an emergency. Funnily enough, nukes are going off. So yeah, that's how it ends. And I just sat there when I finished it. I was like, wait, what? I just can't really fathom it in a sense. I'm not sure if I like it or I hate it, but it's just different. It's very surprising.
Yeah.
What do you think? Obviously, you're not seeing it yourself, but me telling you what's happened.
I mean, just from the sound of it, it's like the ending of 3. Like, that was a fucked situation as well.
Yeah, you can either can either kill your friends and stay on the island and get killed anyway.
After impregnating her.
Yeah, or you just fuck off and go away with your mates.
Yeah.
But the going away with your friends was the good choice.
That was the good choice, but it was just so anticlimactic as well.
I don't know. I feel like it was the right kind of ending for it, because the whole point is you're supposed to save your friends and you'll be becoming a badass.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Sorry, I had this discussion with Luke. You know Luke.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is it with the Far Cry games? Apart from 5, where obviously you're a police officer, you're trained to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it with 3 and 4 that people, you know, these are just average people, and then all of a sudden, the marksman. I don't know how Scouser could have got there.
Marksman.
A marksman. The like top snipers. They're not asked about killing. They're ruthless fucking savage killers with all these takedowns.
Yeah.
And not a single bit of that affects them in any way.
I know, but I feel like that added to things in 3 because you were very much in a survival situation. It was survive, adapt, or die.
Yeah.
That was the whole point. That was the whole driving point of 3. The reason I don't like 4 so much is because it's just like you came here to spread your mum's ashes and suddenly you got rubbed into a civil war.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, he was just some average Joe. So how the fuck he suddenly became this best fucking guy going?
I know.
God knows.
I
got burnt out.
You meet these people and they're like, we need you to burn down a poppy field. I don't know you from Jesus. And where's this poppy field? Because you know how much that shit sells back home.
Exactly.
I ain't burning that down. I'm grabbing as much as that as humanly possible, getting on the first fishing boat back to fucking England. I'm going to see Bob the fucking smackhead on the corner.
Why not?
You know, make a couple of bob.
He likes his poppies. Poppy Bob.
Yeah, Poppy and Bob.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay, but yeah, so I just thought that ending was bizarre. And it also makes me think, will there be a 6th one? Can there be a 6th one?
Yeah, but will it be based on the apocalypse?
I don't know, because the thing is, in Far Cry 5, you meet a character who you saw in 3 and 4 as like a side quest character.
Yeah.
Some American agent fella. Because if you
oh, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have a side quest with him in Far Cry 5, and if you sort of hang around long enough, he does that NPC random line kind of thing.
Yeah.
He mentions what's the guy from number 3 called?
AJ. No, that's the first one.
That's 4. AJ Garley from
Yeah.
Far Cry 4. Jason Brody.
That's
Jason
it.
Brody from number 3. He mentions them by name. So you know it's that everything is still happening at the same time, same universe kind of thing.
Same universe, different timeline, isn't it? Because Jason Brody obviously either died or fucked off home.
Yeah, I think everyone I think they're playing it like it's. Although to be fair, he never actually mentions what happened to him. He just mentions he met him. So I guess it leaves it quite open as to which is the true ending, so to speak. And again, he mentions AJ, doesn't say how that ended. Although I'm pretty sure they didn't have to. Did that have multiple endings or not?
I can't remember.
Oh, wait,
I think
it
I
did,
ever
didn't it?
finished it, to be honest.
It did have multiple endings. You could either kill Pagan Mint or just let him fuck off.
Yeah.
I remember now. Okay. But yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, because I shot him.
I don't think I did, actually. I think I let him. I was like, I came here to spread the ashes. I didn't come here to overthrow a nation. You can just go to hell.
You know, I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
So, yeah. I don't know if they will do a 6th one now. I know there's like a few DLCs set for Far Cry 5. One's a Vietnam setting. One's a Mars setting. I forget. I think the one's like a zombies.
Mars.
Going to space. And then there's the Far Cry 3 remaster. But yeah. So yeah, that's how it ended.
Like, don't get me wrong. I would really appreciate an apocalypse version of Far Cry.
I know, but I don't think it makes sense. With the way the series is. I know, but with the way the series is, it wouldn't fit, I don't think.
I think it give it a new sort of breath of life, if you'd like.
Yeah, it definitely reinvent it again, but they sort of did that with 3, didn't they? Because they made it a bit more wacky. They made it a bit more. Well, I don't know, because I didn't play 1 or 2. I don't know what the stories were like there. Were they continuous or not?
No,
or
not really. It was self-contained sort of thing.
Okay, so, well, in that case, then they could do a number 6, just set it at a different time. Or...
I mean, because they done it with Primal, obviously.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I couldn't see why they couldn't do it with an apocalypse theme, but
unless, well, it could. Well, I say apocalypse. It's definitely America's definitely been nuked.
Yeah. So
it could just be a case of if they make any more Far Cry games, they're not going to be in America.
Yeah.
Or if they do, they're going to make reference to it at least. Like maybe next one you're going to play it in fucking France for some. I don't fucking know, France or Spain or Egypt for God's.
Viva la resistance.
Maybe, yeah. And they'll make reference to the fact that America's been nuked.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just such a random ending, and like I said, I couldn't tell it was the good ending or not. But looking at the other ending, I was like, yeah, this is definitely the better choice.
I mean, is it the better choice cinematically? I mean, when you think about it, really think about this, forget it's a game and everything. Yeah.
Well, no, the other ending was just very much... It's like, it did that Sopranos thing, it just cuts to black and that's it. Because the radio gets turned on, you're... What?
No, that's alright.
It's... Okay, never mind, just say it.
Go with. I was going to say one day we'd have to do that Soprano thing, just like midway through it.
God, no. I don't know, I find that quite tacky, to be honest.
It's funny.
It worked in something like... No, I can't say that, never mind. We'll talk about that another time.
Ah, okay. It worked in The Sopranos.
Yeah, well, okay, I suppose. I know it's in The Sopranos, so...
No.
But...
Should really give him a watch, you know?
But yeah, so... I don't know, I feel like that just... It left it too loose. Cause it was like I said, your conditioning song comes on. The screen starts to go red because you're like, oh god, I'm going to murder some fucks. And the guy's just like, you right there, lad? And that's it.
You
will die now. Only you stab. So,
can make... Yeah, I don't know the actual words though.
Something like the darkness bright, I don't know. But yeah, so that's how Far Cry 5 ended. And as rambly as this was, I'm glad people stuck with us for it. If anyone else played Far Cry 5 and saw that ending, what do you guys think? Because I'm quite torn on it. I honestly don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, I'm confused. I haven't played it, but I'm just confused.
I'll lend you if you want.
Yeah.
But it's
I'd appreciate that, to be
yeah,
honest.
so you can experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
I think it was different. It was very radical. I'll say that much at least. Because it seems so obvious, but 3 and 4 had very cut and dries. This is good, this is bad.
Yeah.
Or at least in retrospective, this is good, this is bad, you know.
Yeah.
Good, take your friends, leave the island. 3, kill your friends, stay on the island with this chick. Get killed anyway.
After ejaculation. I mean, that's the way I want to go.
Why not? Go out with a bang. Yeah, those are very cut and dry endings. Number 4, either kill Pegamin or let him go.
Yeah.
You know.
This one's
this
kind
is
of
like
a bit of an head scratcher.
Yeah, because you're like, either walk away from all this or do your job, arrest the man, but somehow cause the apocalypse.
I tell you, you know what? If that's your type of thing of like, wow, what did they just do or what did they watch or something? Yeah, take a good film to watch is Mementos.
Okay,
that's a movie, but it's an old one, like 2002 movie.
Yeah,
but without ruining it too much, basically the fella ends up with short-term memory and he ends up with tattoos all over him because that's the only way he can remember things.
Fair enough.
And he's got like no short-term memory whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Like, and for someone who's never watched it, like when I first watched it, you're constantly sitting there going, "Wait, didn't he just?" And
yeah,
but now he was a bad guy. Okay. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Yeah.
But give it a watch. It's a really good watch.
Okay, fair enough. I've got loads to watch in a minute, so I'll add to my list.
Yeah.
But that is it for this episode.
Yeah.
We ran on, but we had a lot to talk about. It's been a big week, relatively news-wise and all this kind of thing. We had no games to play, but we had stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we had a lot of news this week.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. So that is all for this week. Thank you very much for listening, guys. I know it's been a long one, but you know, thanks for sticking with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back next week, obviously.
Yeah.
And we also might have something else in the works in the meantime. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, until next time, the game. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You totally forgot about that.
I did.
I didn't. Neither did these guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.